Have you ever wondered why, in an age of just unprecedented safety and abundance, we seem to feel more anxious and overwhelmed than ever before? Well, author Michael Easter, he tackles this exact paradox in his book, Scarcity Brain. You know, this quote really gets to the heart of the modern dilemma. We have everything we could possibly want. I mean, it's right at our fingertips. And yet, true contentment seems farther away than ever. It's a real puzzle, right?
So why is this happening? Well, the answer lies deep in our evolutionary past. I mean, our brains, they were forged in a world of total unpredictability. A world where food was scarce, threats were constant, and comfort, that was a rare luxury. We're essentially running ancient software on modern hardware.
And that is the absolute core of the problem. Because today's world, it's the complete opposite. We've traded hunting and gathering for, what? The infinite scroll and ultra-processed food? We've replaced real-world challenges with on-demand everything and just this constant stream of hyper-engineered stimulation.
Okay, so this is where Easter introduces the book's central idea. Modern systems are actually designed to exploit our ancient survival instincts, and the most powerful tool they use is something he calls the scarcity loop. It's a pretty simple three-step process. You see an opportunity, you get an unpredictable reward, and then you just repeat. This loop once kept us alive. But now it's what keeps us hooked.
All right, let's dive into the first part of the book, where Easter really breaks down the engine behind this powerful scarcity loop. So Easter makes it crystal clear that the scarcity loop isn't just some vague metaphor. No, it's a powerful behavioral algorithm. It's the psychological engine that's driving so much of our modern lives, from gambling and social media to our email inboxes, the shopping apps, and yeah, even our work habits. So how does this loop actually work its magic on us? Well, it all starts with an opportunity that triggers our anticipation. Then comes an unpredictable reward, which gives our brain that little spike of dopamine. And before we even realize what's happening, the repetition becomes automatic. It becomes a deep-seated habit. And Easter argues this is the most successful and maybe the most dangerous behavioral design in history. But here's the thing. He's not pointing fingers at us. He's saying the problem is this fundamental mismatch between our ancient wiring and modern engineering. To really understand how this works in our digital world, Easter takes us to the perfect real-world example, the casino. And here we learn some really key insights. It's the unpredictability, not the reward itself, that's so addictive. I mean, think about those near misses on a slot machine. They are 100% designed to keep you playing. And now? Well, tech companies have taken these very same principles and applied them directly to our phones. The infinite scroll, the variable notifications, the unpredictable algorithms, they're all designed to keep us hooked, just like a slot machine.
I mean, this really sums it up, doesn't it? We're not addicted to our phones. We're addicted to the unpredictable rewards they deliver. Every single like, every message, every notification, it's just another little pull of that digital slot machine lever.
Okay, so now that we understand the external systems at play, Easter shifts our focus inward, to our own biology. This is where we get to explore what he calls our craving mindset.
Just think about it from our ancestors' perspective for a second. In a world of scarcity, having a bias towards seeking, a constant drive for more, and a sharp sensitivity to novelty, those things were absolutely essential for survival. But in our modern world of abundance, these exact same instincts can lead to compulsive behaviors. And Easter's really quick to point out, this isn't some character flaw. It's just our evolutionary inheritance.
And here's a really key insight about our brain chemistry. And it's a common misconception, really. We often think dopamine is the pleasure chemical, but it's not.
It's all about anticipation. It's the chemical of wanting, of seeking, of being on the hunt for a potential reward.
Okay, and this is such a crucial point. Our brains learn fastest and form the strongest habits when the outcomes are unpredictable. It's why social media is so much more addictive than watching scheduled TV, why gambling is more compelling than a guaranteed reward, and why constantly checking our email feels so urgent. Easter even uses lab studies to show that this unpredictability is truly our brain's kryptonite.
So, if we're wired for scarcity, what's the antidote? Well, Easter introduces this concept of sufficiency. He draws from behavioral economics, Stoic philosophy, modern habit science, and he argues that enough isn't a number or a quantity, it's a mindset. He then explores these really practical ways to cultivate this mindset. Things like practicing gratitude, setting intentional constraints, creating predictable routines. Enough, he says, is a skill we literally have to practice.
Now, to see these principles in action, Easter takes us on this fascinating journey to the Bolivian Amazon, to live with an indigenous group called the Tsimane.
And what he finds there is incredible. The Tsimane, they have strong communities, purposeful work, and minimal anxiety. They live in a world of material scarcity, but not psychological scarcity. And this leads Easter to this really powerful conclusion. Our modern abundance is actually creating a constant sense of mental scarcity, while the traditional scarcity of the Tsimane, that creates mental clarity.
So how do we cultivate this mental clarity in our own overstimulated lives? Easter offers a few really powerful tools. He argues that stillness and even boredom are essential for training our attention. He also revisits a theme from his previous book, The Comfort Crisis, suggesting that voluntary discomfort, things like physical challenges, fasting, or digital detox, can actually reset our dopamine levels and build incredible resilience.
Okay, in the final chapter, Easter gives us a practical blueprint for taking back control. It's this really empowering 5-step framework. First, you got to identify your own scarcity loops. Then you interrupt the unpredictability. You add friction to your compulsive behaviors. Then you create predictable, meaningful rewards. And finally, you build systems that reinforce a mindset of sufficiency. And he really emphasizes that this is not about deprivation. It's about reclaiming our agency in a world that's constantly trying to steal it from us.
In the end, Easter leaves us with a truly hopeful message. The goal isn't to eliminate desire, it's to understand it. By recognizing the scarcity loops that are all around us and even within us, we can make a conscious shift from that compulsive craving to intentional living. Ultimately, this book is a powerful call to action, a call to reclaim our most precious modern resource, our attention.